The future of the Huntingburg Airport is looking bright. We got more on that. Plus, Carrie Schneider has this week's report with our friends at the Du Bois County Humane Society, and host Bill Potter brings us another episode of Inform. All of that and much more is up next here on the 18 WJTS News. Hello, I'm Bradford Raths. The Huntingburg Airport has a bright future thanks to some of their recent planning efforts. Last night, the Du Bois County Airport Authority discussed its recent work on the airport layout plan. The discussion centered around a recent committee meeting on the matter. Now, the airport has been working for the last several months to put together the plan, which is required by the Federal Aviation Administration. Some of the new recommendations to come out of the committee included realigning taxiways and the layout of the airport terminal area. The group is also putting the finishing touches on a property map of the airport before that is sent to the FAA. Airport Board President Brian Craig is serving on the ALP committee. He says he's pleased with where things are headed.
We're finally moving forward after many years of dealing with state and FAA and everyone in regards to runway extension. Dealing with the 231 project that was on again, off again, and on again and off again. We are now finally moving forward. I feel like everyone's on board. Everything's kind of lining up, and it's going to be a good thing for the airport, a good thing for the county.
The biggest concern with the project is the timeline for getting the plan approved by June or July of next year. That concern is largely due to the FAA having a lot of those plans to look through already. Also last night, the board approved setting rates for the new 10-unit T-hangar that's being built at the airport. The rates are $150 a month for a small unit, $165 a month for medium, and $175 a month for larger units. Those rates were established by the board's T-hangar committee. Craig says the response to the rates has already been positive.
It was consensus by the committee, and I think the board agreed with us that those rates are very competitive. And I think from the feedback that we are getting back from those that have already kind of signed up and said that they are interested, have said they're very fair rates.
The board also learned last night that the T-hangar project is a bit over budget. Craig says the board has no concerns about it at this point. Several tenants have asked for more insulation to be installed in the units. That would cost just over $6,300 if the contractor were to go through with it. Taxi lanes for the new T-hangar are set to be finished in the spring. Metal for the new building is set to arrive next month. A Jasper man was taken into custody early yesterday morning after a battery was reported at Kimball Electronics. At about 6:10 yesterday morning, Jasper police were called to the Kimball Electronics plant on 15th Street. When they arrived, officers were told that a man had been hit in the face while attempting to enter the facility from East 15th Street. Further investigation found that the attacker, 37-year-old Oscar Osmar Alaman, had chased the man with a machete. Alaman left the scene before officers arrived. After getting a description of Alaman's vehicle through video surveillance, officers located the vehicle shortly after the incident and pulled Alaman over. Alaman was taken into custody and lodged in the Du Bois County Security Center. He is charged with a level 6 felony for intimidation, a level 5 felony for intimidation with a deadly weapon, and a misdemeanor count for battery. Memorial Hospital and Healthcare Center has announced a new doctor will be joining the staff at Memorial Internal Medicine. Dr. John Gallagher has been appointed to a staff which already includes Drs. Mark Campbell and Frank Hopkins, along with physician assistant Sean Valuk. He joins the staff effective March 2nd of 2015. Dr. Gallagher earned his medical degree through the IU School of Medicine and completed a residency at Community Hospital in Indianapolis. He currently serves as Chief Medical Officer for Davies Community Hospital in Washington and practices adult medicine services. Dr. Gallagher previously served as Chief Medical Officer for St. Mary's Hospital in Evansville, where he also provided geriatric medicine services. Gallagher is board certified both in family medicine and in geriatrics. A native of southern Indiana, Dr. Gallagher is a past winner of the Geriatric Recognition Award through the American Geriatric Society. Dr. Gallagher and his wife Becky live in Lagodi. The couple have 2 sons. Now, to make an appointment with Dr. Gallagher or any of the other doctors at Memorial Internal Medicine, you can call their office at 482-7474. State health officials are reporting the first influenza-related death of the season, and they warn a severe flu season could be ahead. The Indiana State Department of Health announced Monday the flu death of a 65-year-old person who had not been vaccinated against the virus. Health Commissioner Dr. Jerome Adams is urging all Indiana residents to get vaccinated and to see their health care provider because drugs can reduce the severity and length of the flu if taken within 48 hours of showing symptoms. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention reported last week that H3N2 flu viruses have been the most common so far this flu season. Historically, more hospitalizations and deaths are reported during seasons when the H3N2 virus is dominant. Finally this evening, police are investigating a threatening letter sent to a Western Indiana mayor with a black rose that can symbolize either death or revenge. The letter addressed to Mayor Brian Windham arrived at Brazil City Hall on December 1st and contained the rose and a note which read, "God knows what you did to the residents on Franklin Street, and he is not pleased." The letter had no return address. Police Chief Clint McQueen says the rose and note together appear to be a threat, possibly even a death threat. Windham, who is in his first term, said he doesn't know what the reference to Franklin Street means and is unaware of anything that would cause hard feelings. The city recently repaved that stretch of road. All right, coming up after the break, Carrie's up next with our friends from the DuBois County Humane Society, plus your local forecast, sports with Kurt Guxell, and Inform. That's all up next here on the 18 WJTS News. Local people watching local people.